I find myself often daydreaming about what I'm going to do on my next vacation. As an avid traveler, I shun the idea of cruising, as I always imagine myself packed on a large ship with thousands of guests, waiting in line to get on, to get off, to get food, a locked itinerary, and children running around everywhere. Cruises always sounded like a combination of things I would avoid in most circumstances, until I had a friend point out the idea of small ship cruising. I want to take you on a journey with me about how I turned from an avid anti-cruiser to an almost fanatic supporter on my trip through the Dalmatian coast with Windstar Cruises. The itinerary I sailed on was the classic Italy and the Dalmatian coast, focusing and starting in Rome and ending in Venice, and covering places such as Montenegro, Croatia, Split, Dubrovnik, Rome, Venice, Sicily. It was a great lineup. When traveling on a cruise, when traveling internationally, you typically must bring your luggage with you from point to point. This makes traveling abroad and covering a lot of locations really difficult. With a cruise, you can travel to many locations without having to pack and unpack your bags. You get to stay in a comfortable stateroom without having to worry about getting from location to location. You get to bring your hotel with you instead. Most people also assume that cruises cater to an older crowd. I always thought the same. I found a wide range of people in the early 20s to the early 80s. It was a delight to meet people from all over the world, of varying ages, backgrounds, and occupations. The only restriction with age is they wouldn't allow anybody under the age of 8, so if you're trying to avoid children, this was a really good option. With a small cruising yacht, you also get into less frequented ports and get a more authentic feel of the locale. This gives you a more authentic experience of the location without having to navigate as many tourists. You also can purchase shore excursions to curate your own adventure. These shore excursions allow you to see all the major sites and well-appointed coaches with small groups. The more intimate feel of those smaller groups makes it more enjoyable and saves you the headache of having to plan all of these side trips yourself. If you're a wild adventurer or a poolside lounger or someone who just likes to take things slow, they have something for everybody. As a side note for the foodies, Windstar also offers a market tour to a local market during the cruise. So you can go for free with the chef and shop for things that you'll later see on the menu, which is fabulous and fresh. Windstar also lets you design your own vacation. All your meals are included. This includes the specialty restaurants and 24-hour room service. Most major cruise lines have you pay a la carte for dining and restaurants, and there are additional costs when dining in the specialty restaurants. When looking at prices for cruises, this is a serious consideration point. With each meal, you have multiple entrees, sides, and desserts to choose from. They also cater to specialty diet options and allergies. So if you're gluten-free, vegan, vegetarian, or just don't like chicken, they have you covered. The only thing they do not cater to is a kosher diet. The yacht has 106 cabins. They're all outside cabins with an ocean view. Most cruise lines give you the option of inside with no windows or outside cabins. Windstar is pretty phenomenal and gives you an option of having a window regardless of what you're doing. The staff ratio is 151 staff to 212 guests, so you're not left for wanting anything due to the fact they have such a high staff ratio. And on top of it, the staff remember your name within the first day that you're there and have you feeling ridiculously spoiled the entire journey. There is top-notch dining with James Beard award-winning chefs curating the menu and sometimes on board. Windstar does offer James Beard cruise. With a small set of guests, you are bound to run into guests on shore excursions or in port. If you have a family or a group, if you want to bring, you can receive group discounts. There aren't many downsides I found. However, one was that if you purchase the alcohol package, it doesn't apply towards top shelf spirits or select wines. So if you have expensive tastes, you may incur additional expenses to upgrade your beverages. The second potential downside is they do not have many cruises originating from the United States. Most of the cruises require you arriving and departing from your direct embarkation and disembarkation points. If you find yourself considering a vacation, I recommend sailing on a small ship, specifically Windstar Cruises. It takes all the pain points of traveling on your own, booking hotels, and worrying about how to get to from location. You have a curated itinerary of the best a region has to offer, with meals and lodging included, and all you have left to do is pick what you would like to do in each port. Windstar stays in port for longer days to allow you to take advantage of all the lovely stops.